You're such an asshole.
Buddy, asshole consulting. Gonna try and bang this one in. I know I said I wouldn't work, but then I drove all the way across Wisconsin, visiting 3 different families. Divorce is great, by the way, when everyone gets divorced. Okay, divorce isn't that bad. Divorce would be okay if everybody lived within the same 20-mile radius, but when they live in different states or clear across other states, it's just that then holidays are a pain in the ass. Anyway, so I drove. Literally, my folks are clear across each side of Wisconsin. It's like, fuck. Anyway, so the old captain's tired, but then when I got back from just, and there was a rock run, and then I get back, and there's 22 new emails. I'm like, God dang it. Something's happening. One of my marketing things is working. Oh, so it's not going to get done not doing things, so I got a little bit of time. Hey, Clay, you helped me out before needed again. I have a friend since 2005, a great bro. We're the same age, 39. I need to know what job he can get into using his great interpersonal sales skills. Thing is, his weakness is he's too morally focused. Dennis Kucinich, granola, free-range Tibet, anti-Trump, anti-capitalism, pro-Michael Moore, all that. It's amazing how he's in sales, and he's almost 40, and he hasn't realized his economics and religion is not reality-based. But neither here nor there. Only wants to use his talents in the solar sales field, which is collapsing. Okay. We'll stop right here. I know what your overall goal is, but did you explain to him that that's like trying to sell horse and buggies when the, what was it, Model A or Model T or Ford came up, not with the car, but with the assembly line? Have you explained that? I mean, it's not there. The field is collapsing. What fields can he get into which don't fail his cannot be an evil polluting industry test? He's a husband and father with a little kid, so his earning power is maybe 15 years behind where it should be. It's scary now. We are growing up, no more youth, only a scary future. In 2005, he worked for the same nonprofit, which, as it turned out, was really only a place where unemployable liberal arts majors got jobs after college. Ugh. I'm not mocking you. It's just, I just, really? What did you think it was going to be? No kidding. Most of us were sociology, arts, English, women's studies majors. Yeah, I know. I wrote the book on it. The book's called Worthless. I am a good economist, too. I could see where that one was going before it happened. The rest were unemployed black people from a nearby massive black inner city, drawn by the tantalizing job description, no experience needed, earn hundreds per week. You find nonprofits like these all over, getting permits in towns to knock on your door and ask for money to fund often environmental or other left causes. Well, wouldn't if you're truly moral about it, wouldn't you guys just volunteer for that? I mean, if it's for a good cause. Oh, but everybody needs profit. You know what might help your buddy? Read my article, Why Profit is Necessary. I think I'm the only one that wrote it. Look it up. You'll find it over on Captain Capitalism. Try not to have my website's name deter your buddy. But this might... It's very apolitical, actually. I certainly probably get my digs in on the left. But it explains why profit is necessary. It like from a physics or caloric standpoint. Not what would we like to happen. I kind of eliminate the concept of what would we like and economics, and I say, here's math, here's physics, here's why systems have to be efficient and produce more than they consume. The activist gets 50% or so of the money raised, the rest goes to the organization. I guess it's a noble thing to do. There are pollution and corruption problems with which the public needs to know about. But as a career for a man to take up his whole 20s and 30s, not good. Yeah, it's not. Look, the internet, that would have applied back in the 90s and before. Now with the internet, it's as obsolete as protesting. It really is. You got Patreon, you got PayPal, you got different, you could go fund it, GoFundMe, fundraisers, change.org. It is pointless to go knocking to doors now for political reasons. But, I charge to give advice. So all the nonprofits can come talk to me. How do we make more money? I mean, how do we help out the poor? Not good. I did that for 6 months. He did it for 11 years. He was good at it, very friendly personality and vibe, trustworthy and instantly likable. Meanwhile, I am none of those things. At age 37, in his first real for-profit job, he was working a table at Lowe's hardware stores, hoping to generate leads. Bottom basic entry-level sales. The solar company collapsed, and he went to another smaller one less than a year ago. Excuse me, still got a cold. Now he's out of that one for reasons I don't know yet. Well, the market is collapsing on that. Now, Las Vegas, I read up recently, and they might be passing some kind of law that would revive the solar panel industry. Again, he's a sales guy, no technical skills, but he convinced you to pay for something. He has to be 100% morally committed to what it is, though. All right. You paid. I made other enticements to him over the years, like, come on to the for-profit world, we'd love to have you, or dude, you could sell like an umbrella to fish. I can't intervene too hard because I didn't know how badly his foray into selling solar panels would end until recently. Advice like that has to be by a parent or relative. No, that's not asshole consulting. I'll give you advice to give advice to him, and you can water it down as much as you want. Besides, his liberal virtues are his core identity. All right, that's his problem. There's nothing sadder than having politics be like what defines you. And his politics is other people's money. I'm starting to tangent. I'm starting to, but he's just wrong. His core value right now should be his wife and his fucking kid. If you want to go hard school, again, get rid of politics and economics. You want to go hard or old school and physics, you got to point out his kid. That'd be like your nuclear option, I'd say. But and I've seen this before. I've seen it with religious people. I've seen it with religious political ideologues. They love their religion more than their kid. And what can happen in what happens, I'll tell you this, in religion what happens is, oh, the Lord will provide. And then, Catholic priests don't have that many children, but, oh, the Lord will provide, and you're brought up piss poor. Well, don't worry, we can have 5 kids, because the Lord will provide. The Lord will provide jack shit. So that's like kind of the best outcome. You know, and at least you can still you can get by on cheap. There's nothing wrong. I know one family, they got 6 kids, very Christian. They still tithe, and they still make it. So it's not that, that's still kind of the best outcome. But these guys, they're still kind of poor. Kids do not have a college fund. But what can happen even worse is you occasionally hear about these people who are like uber vegans, and they don't give their kids protein, and, as an infant, and the baby dies. Again, these people love their religion, whether for whatever form that takes, an actual religion or an ideology or politics or a environmentalism or whatever ism you want to racism and this, fine, feminism, fine. It's a religion. And if you don't live in reality, there are going to be huge costs and consequences, especially if you have a kid. So I'm not saying that he goes and works for Exxon, which actually are doing more to help the environment than you think. But he's got this purist, I'm only going to work for 100% non-profit. Okay, all right. Well, enjoy a very tough life. And if your kids don't talk to you for 3 decades because they realize that you loved your religion more than you loved them, then don't, that's the price you pay for being a zealot. If you love this more than anyone else, don't expect anybody else to love you as much as you love that. So that's right there. He has his moral obligation is to his kid. I thought he was doing really good, and I'd never ask for hard numbers. I can't ask that or risk looking superior, and that would end the friend. No, you don't. Look, let's also talk about your friendship here. Let's talk about this. He doesn't need to make a killing. Okay, again, you can get by fine if you budget. And you're not going out every night, you're not doing this, you're not doing it. So it is possible for him to do that. Okay? But your friendship is another thing. And look, I got more than 3 friends I know. 2 are coming to mind right now where I've seen them. They're making horrible mistakes. And I try to help, and I try to say, hey, you gotta, what about, and at minimum, I would be, loosen up, you're just a stick in the mud. 2, it almost risked my friendship. It almost did. I have one buddy who was eating absolute shit, and then all of a sudden he had a heart attack, and he was mad that I was, like, what are you, my fucking mother? What the fuck is wrong with? And then, I think a month or 2 later, he gets a heart attack. But he was older though. He's like in his 50s and 60s. But you're not gonna, if they're committed, if they're zealots, you're not gonna get through to them. You're just not. And look, this guy, that's all he has. Probably, if it was up to me to speculate, he's just getting by. He's just scraping by. And let's just admit it, you guys all majored in liberal arts because you don't want to work hard. And since you didn't want to work hard, you didn't get the skills that is actually going to build something that society wanted. And now you got to go scrimping and saving, going and working for nonprofits, getting the 50-50 deal. And all he has is this religion. And he's invested so much into it, he doesn't want to have buyer's remorse. So it's too core to him now. And by 40, roughly, you're not going to convince him. You're just not. So I would not risk your friendship. But the best thing I could come up with is for him to think about other fields that are not collapsing, but still have some moral high ground. Coffee. Where are the liberals? Well, the liberals are in coffee. How about, I know it's got to be sales, but could he go work for Silicon Valley? They're all liberals. They're all, what if he became a salesman for one of the Silicon Valley firms? It's not sales, but if he's willing to work in a corporate social responsibility department, if he's willing to work in their, all these Orwellian names they come up with, chief of diversity, the CSR department, what was it? Corporate culture and belonging. Some of it, look it up. Google and Yahoo have these fucked up, what are they, all Nazis over there? What is this inclusion and belonging? I don't like that. No, I don't want to belong to the corporation. I will put in my 8 hours and go to the fuck home, thank you very much. But if that's kind of up his, it's at least ideologically aligned with him. And that shit is growing. That shit is growing because corporations, private sector, for profit, they're throwing money at that shit because that's their marketing department. That's how they want to sell. Hell, he could even go work for British Petroleum. They have a corporate social responsibility department. But it probably wouldn't be in a sales capacity. But for selling stuff, coffee is a commodity. He could go sell coffee, organic coffee, fair trade coffee, fair trade anything. God, it's just tough. I mean, he's putting himself in an impossible position. It's what society wants, not what he wants to sell. He could go to sell liberal arts degrees. It's horrible and unethical in my opinion because you're selling people something that's not going to help him in the future. But he would be ideologically along with that. He could go work for an environmental department at some college or university and go sell and recruit. A recruiter at a college maybe. Go work for a nonprofit and drum up sales like a traditional nonprofit. What about the United Way? What about one of the more established ones? Fundraising. He could go work for the Democrat Party. He could go work for the Green Party. He could go work for the Socialist Party. He could go work for the Communist Party. It would be politically aligned, and they're always in desperate need for money. Right? So I would organize it or structure it first. What political entities are out there that are aligned with his mission statement in life? Okay? You got your think tanks. You got your nonprofits. You got your environmental awareness fund. You got the Suman Komen. You got thousands of different nonprofits out there. They all need to raise money, and he could go and be the rainmaker. So don't go through and explain why he's wrong. That's just not going to work, and he's not going to be your friend anymore. Also, forgive yourself, because he's not your responsibility. Neither is his kid or his wife. It's not your responsibility. Yeah, I didn't want to see my friend die. I didn't want to see my other friend lose money. I didn't want to see my other friend major in stupid shit. I didn't want to see my other friend marry that crazy psycho bitch. If you think it's you, it's not. Everyone's trying to say, it's me, I don't know. But in the end, I was in Werv. I was so in Werv. Werv I was in. I love her. Get off and snap out. You just don't want me to be happy. So don't even try and explain why he's wrong. I wouldn't even bother trying to get him into a for-profit company unless it's in a very specific niche of diversity, culture, and inclusion, and belonging, and women stuff. Find a company that is got great environmental credentials, like, who's always bragging about how environmental they are? Target, I guess? No, they're not. REI, they're kind of granola. But then he's largely going to have to look in the nonprofit world or the political world and go work for a political entity, a political party, some kind of institution or think tank, or some other kind of nonprofit, and he's just going to have to go and do fundraising. And then he'll be, Sierra Club. What about the Sierra Club? Have him go work there. And here, by the way, just so you know, don't expect him to make as much money as he would in the private sector. You got to understand, we're the nonprofit political party. That even includes Republicans. But the nonprofit leftist touchy-feely women's studies, academia type, nobody wants it. The reason Apple can charge $1,000 for the iPhone X is because people want that. The reason Garth Brooks could charge whatever he wants for his thing is because people will pay for it. The reason people pay, whatever it is, $200 for a Super Bowl ticket is people want to see it. Nobody likes paying tuition. You have to pull their teeth to get it. Nobody really likes donating to save the whales because you haven't saved them yet. No one likes donating to this cause or that cause because they really don't like to. They don't get anything out of it. And you guys still haven't solved the problem in 50 years. Right? So it's better to have society working for you, just throwing money at you because you're a high-level programmer or engineer or surgeon, than I'm a 23-year-old and I like to talk to you about males. Males are evil because they have penis. We're raising money to raise awareness so we can also raise money to start classes to teach men about toxic masculinity. You know 5 out of every 2 women are raped every nanosecond? Nobody likes donating to that. Nobody. So it's a real tough sell. But if he can make it rain, and he's got to be ideologically aligned with it, yeah, he's going to have to go. He's going to have to go in the leftist world first, and then find out where he belongs from there. But he is not going to be making tons of money. He just isn't. Oh. All right, that's it. The old captain's got answers. If you got questions and you got money, go to assholeconsulting.com, and I will take care. See, look, we helped out a leftist. We helped out a leftist today because his buddy cares and his buddy paid. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.